Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm going to bring this up just a little bit. I've got a quick little statement I want to make, and then I want to hand it over to our guest of honor here. I'd like to start off by saying that I'm a lifelong Rhode Islander, and we know we might be the smallest state in the union, but there's no question we have the biggest personality. And that's the point I'd like to make tonight. Tonight, we're here, some of us, to be introduced for the first time, and many of us to continue to hear the message that Ashley brings forward. And that's the thing about Rhode Island. We're full of a lot of characters and a lot of big personalities. And I haven't met too many people with as strong of a character and as big a personality as Ashley Kalus. Ashley's tough. Ashley's a fighter. She's tenacious. She has a never-say-quit attitude. And if anyone's watched her over the last year, her work ethic is second to none. She's been absolutely everywhere, every single event. Many people who seek this office, they sometimes attend these events. In and out, quick photo op, and see you later. Not Ashley. She makes her presence felt, and as the speaker pointed out, she treats everyone as if she's known you forever.
Yeah.
These other elected officials, they don't really care. They don't really care what you have to say. They patronize you, and then they never serve. Ashley embodies everything about Rhode Island. And it's funny because you hear that I'm not from around here. Well, I'm going to tell you, I've been here for 37 years. I was born and raised here, and if she's not from here, you could have fooled me. She has every quality and every characteristic of a true Rhode Islander. The days of poor policy, poor planning, wasteful spending in government, they must end, and we can no longer sit back and point fingers and talk about the problem. Everybody in this room can point at problems. We all have the ability to point at problems. Very few people possess the ability to solve problems. Not only can they come up with a solution, but have the ability to execute that solution. I've spent time with Ashley. I've listened to Ashley. I've read her policies. And I'm going to tell you something. In a few moments, when she takes over this microphone, you'll see exactly what we've all been talking about. It's funny, Ashley doesn't need notes. She doesn't need her handlers to hand her anything, because Ashley knows what she's talking about. Spend 5 minutes with her and you'll know. She's the real deal. Ashley's not only educated, she's intelligent. She's a problem solver, she's a worker, she's a fighter. She's what Rhode Island needs. I want to encourage every one of you tonight to pay attention and to listen and to understand exactly what this is about. This is about our future. This is about the people of Rhode Island making the best decision, not only for today, but for the future. And as a father of 2 young girls, the future is very important to me. And I want to hold on, and I want to make sure that it stays bright, and I want to hold on to the concept of not only in this country, but in this state, our brighter days are still ahead. We cannot allow this woke, far-left, progressive movement to destroy our education system. It's not education, it's indoctrination. They want to control the way you live. Tolls, taxes, fees. Everywhere we turn, they're in our pocket. They're in your pocket every single day to never give you anything in return. I'm going to finish with this. There's a lot that's been made about Ashley's candidacy. People want to question about motives. Let me tell you why someone has the motivation to do this. When you show up in a place, you walk in a room and you identify a problem. And like I said before, everyone can recognize the problem. But there's 2 things that you can do when you identify a problem. You can look at it and say, hey, look, there's the problem. And the guy next to you goes, yeah, no kidding, we all know that's the problem. Or you decide that you're going to step up to the plate and you're going to provide the solution to that problem. That's what Ashley's done. That's what Ashley's going to do as governor. She stepped up and said, you know something? I have the intelligence, I have the education, I have the intestinal fortitude, and I'm going to go fix a problem. She has put her money where her mouth is, figuratively and literally. She came to Rhode Island. She decided this is what she wants. This is where she wants to be for her home. She's going to raise her family, and she's going to do business. And we accept her because we all love Rhode Island, as Ashley loves Rhode Island. Summer, winter, spring, fall. We live in the best state in this country. I don't care what anyone says. The problem with Rhode Island is not Rhode Island. The problem with Rhode Island is the elected officials who have, for the last 5+ decades, have given us the worst representation and have failed us. I'm encouraging each and every one of you, whether you recognize yourself as a Republican, as a Democrat, or as an independent, remember, we're all Rhode Islanders, we're all Americans. It is our job and our duty that when something is wrong, we stand up and we make it right. So now, it's with great privilege that I'd like to introduce all of you to the next governor of the state of Rhode Island.
Impossible. Thank you so much. For those of you who may recognize his voice, Shane is the same Shane who set the phone lines ablaze on PRO last week. He spoke truth to power, and after I heard his passionate call, I knew we had to get him involved tonight. November 8th. We are almost there. You can feel the momentum in this room. You can feel the energy. You can feel that the tide is turning and Dan McKee's days are numbered. Because together, we are taking the fight to the governor, and on November 8th, our voices will be heard. I want to truly thank our speakers tonight for their commitment to this cause. Speaker Smith, Mayor Fossa, thank you for your support, your wisdom, and guidance. Thank you. And it's truly. In addition to those, we will take the gantries down. Thank other members of the coalition that are here tonight or who could not make it.
It took them a few weeks to put those toes up, but it's taken years to fix our roads.
I know. And I'll talk about it. I'm going to get there. We will do that. But I want to thank those that have typically only been involved in Democratic politics. Ron Bacala, Kathleen Usler, I'm going to go through it, and I hope I don't mispronounce names. Usually it's just my first name. My married last name is very hard. Frank DeMeo, Dottie McCaffrey, Steve Delaporcio, Joanne Giannini, who's in Florida, I just called her. she says hello. Peter and Steve Macchione. Where's Steve? I saw him a moment ago, but thank you. These are individuals who have been, who've stood up. And it means so much to me that those who've been willing to put themselves out there in this time of great political divide. It takes a great deal of courage to stand up to the establishment here in Rhode Island, and your bravery is commended. It is necessary for change. You've had my back, and I will always have yours. Thank you to all the individuals that are on the stage with me here tonight. Thank you. Let's give these folks a hand, please. Thank you, too. You've shown the people of our state that it is safe to cross party lines. You've shown them if they are sick and tired of the status quo, there is another option, a safe place to land. You've shown all of Rhode Island that it is possible to put people over party. Thank you. And it is that sentiment argument as to why we are here tonight. Because this race is bigger than any one political party. It is about the future of our state. And if we do not make changes now, it'll be too late. When I debated Dan McKee earlier this month, I was truly shocked at how uninformed he is. Now I know, well now I know why Gina didn't talk to him for 2 years. Listen. It's how little he knows about the policies that he claims to champion. It is clear to me he is about self-service, not public service. I will be a drastically different type of governor. Someone who cares more about getting things done than making a point. Someone who rolls up her sleeves and does the hard work to get Rhode Island back on track. My plan starts with our broken education system because an education is the great equalizer. It is what allows you to access opportunity. My administration will fight to make sure that education is a constitutional right. We will pay our teachers more, have universal pre-K, invest in technical education, rework our funding formula to ensure that communities are not left behind, and promote public school choice because no child should be trapped in a failing school. No child's zip code will determine the quality of their education. That is my promise to you. My administration will also be deeply committed to making life easier for working families. Right now, Rhode Island is being crushed by soaring prices, and Dan McKee is doing nothing significant to ease our burden. He has the power right now to roll back the 47% hike on electricity, but he refuses. He has the power right now to suspend the 4.2% gross tax receipts on electricity, but he refuses. He has the power right now to suspend the gas tax, but he refuses. Why? Because the ideas came from me. He has put his ego ahead of the people of Rhode Island, and it's shameful. On day one of my administration, I will lower the cost to heat your home. End of story. When I am elected, I will always put people first. I won't care where ideas come from. If it helps improve people's lives, I will support it. There is no monopoly on good ideas. Kalus' administration will also strive to keep more money in people's pockets by reducing the tax burden. Under my economic recovery plan, we will lower the income tax for families making under $150,000 a year. And anyone making under $50,000 a year, you will pay nothing. We will also reduce the sales tax to 6.25% because the cost of everyday goods is already far too high. Time to play partisan games. We are exactly 2 weeks away from Election Day, and we are in for the fight of our lives. We are fighting for the heart and soul of our state. We are fighting for our children, our grandchildren, and for generations to come. If we continue down the same path that we have for the last 90 years, we will be stuck with the same failed policies that have led us to where we are. This year, more than ever, people are paying attention. They are standing up and saying, enough is enough. They recognize that decades of one-party rule have been detrimental to the state, which is why we are building such a broad-based coalition of support. Teachers, police officers, nurses, bus drivers, fishermen, and truckers. They are white-collar, they are blue-collar, moms and dads, they are from every socioeconomic background, young and old. Our supporters are from every corner of the state, from Newport to Providence, from Woonsocket to Westerly, from Cranston to Bristol, and yes, Pawtucket, I know I say that. So, our movement grows stronger every single day. As we head into the final stretch of the campaign, I invite everyone in Rhode Island to join us. Our state deserves so much better than Dan McKee. People deserve a governor who isn't under FBI investigation. A governor who does not hand out $3,000 of your hard-earned money as bonuses for simply showing up to work. People deserve a governor who does not give out over $100 million plus of your taxpayer dollars for luxury apartments or a soccer stadium. People deserve a governor who does not spend $8.4 million on a politically connected law firm to defend an unconstitutional law. Under my leadership, truck tolls, the gantries will be taken down, and something about it tells me that the folks in this room will help me get it done. People of Rhode Island, we deserve better. We can do better, we must do better, and I will do better. We are a small state with big problems. But with the right person in the governor's office, we will accomplish so much. I will put partisan politics aside and reach across the aisle, as demonstrated tonight. Because the issues that are before us should not be partisan issues. I will be an independent voice for Rhode Island, and I will independently lead. Fixing our broken education system to set up our kids for success is not a partisan issue. Building a better business environment to create high-paying careers should not be partisan. Addressing the cost of living to create high-paying careers should not be partisan. Reducing the income tax for the overwhelming majority of Rhode Islanders should not be partisan. Building 10,000 units of housing per year to help bring down the cost of rent and help first-time homeowners should not be partisan. Our crumbling roads and bridges should not be partisan, and ensuring our streets are safe to walk down should not be partisan. It is time to put partisan politics and business as usual aside. In an era of new government, with me, that is before us. I will not be beholden to anyone, only the taxpayers of Rhode Island. But you must vote. I need you to tell your friends, your families, and your neighbors to vote. Tell them that on November 8th, real change is possible. I'm Ashley Kalus, and I will always put people over party, and thank you so much for your support.